Hello there, and thanks for joining me. I'm digital artist Aaron Rutten, and in this video I'm going to be following a Bill Alexander painting tutorial. For those of you who don't know about Bill Alexander is the person who taught Bob Ross how to paint. And although Bob Ross gets all the credit for the Bob Ross painting style, he didn't invent it. He copied it from Bill Alexander, who was his teacher, and Bill Alexander is the person who invented the magic white wet-on-wet painting technique. Why it is that Bob Ross became more popular than Bill Alexander, who knows? Maybe it's that Bob Ross is easier to understand than Bill Alexander because Bill Alexander has a very thick Austrian accent. Who knows? But perhaps we'll find out why when I follow this tutorial. So let's go ahead and just get started here. The tutorial that I'm going to be following today is called Swan River.
And that almighty magic white is on that almighty canvas. In
but
my
not on the
mind,
magic white.
Clear water, beautiful waters running down the hills. I remember we go so often into the mountains, and then when you have, you'd like to drink that water, and you always think that's the most purest water ever. Usually I take some home if I have a can or something, a bottle. I bring it home and I think I make my coffee with that. That is the healthiest water ever. It's all in your mind. But when you really look up there, sometimes a dead deer lying in there, old crow.
What? A dead deer?
And when you see it and say, oh.
All right. Way to ruin my water.
Forget that. That end I should not have told you. That water is as clear as it comes.
Yeah, don't remind me of how nasty the water is. Let's do some painting here. Come on.
Magic white is on.
Okay, got my magic white on.
Not to waste any time.
No, let's not waste any time.
Use colors first. Blue, alizarin crimson. They are the main colors actually for all kinds of things.
So I'm not going to bother mixing those colors. I'm just going to try to pick whatever it is that he's painting with here. Oh, it's a dark green. So here we go. I'm putting some dark green up here in the corner. So I'm using the Wacom art pen here with the thick paint.
But I
in
use
Corel Painter 2018.
To do what I want to do more. Some green and brownish and red.
Some more yellows in here. It's not the right color.
So that's what
Still not the right color.
Think that out of that is the water coming out. See, you always have to space your canvas, or you have to make room for whatever you want to do. This is the only thing I think, to me anyway.
Okay, I guess we're just filling it in here.
And you can hang trees in there, coming out there, or branches in there.
It's making it look really easy.
We will see. That's the beginning. Let's finish it up as good as we can. As good as we can.
It's as good as I can do.
That means with other words, I will just movements with growth.
Okay,
again,
movements with growth.
Firing, no mercy. That will be just beautiful. Clean a little bit. See, I clean on my paper here, so we firing.
Nothing's coming off of my pen. Oh, he's
Just
doing
put
more
it
yellow.
Live. Put it live. Then maybe in between make it really dark color. Maybe dark somewhere really.
Yeah, let's put in some dark. Now let's see. That is kind of up there in front. It's going to come down like that.
See, maybe more dark. Just give him kind of a.
I think I need to fill in more back here too. Mine's not looking as cool as yours though. Switch to my.
Have darker movements
break
in the
here.
shadow. The light and shadow you apply. This is the game. That's a beautiful thing to do. See, apply with light and shadows, with dark there, with light there. Here. See, maybe here I will highlight that with a bit of a sunshine color. This one, this particular one.
Sunshine color.
Make some tree trunks standing there. See, you build it up in your own mind. That is where your artistic abilities are coming powerful. You learn to be the creator.
I can't even see where that's coming out of.
To God, with all your might, with all your power.
Okay, it's just coming out of the woods there.
Create whatever you think it is there.
Some branches on it.
It is not wonderful. Just show this here a little bit, there a little bit. See, so and then in the meantime you fire in a little bit of sunshine like this. See, that's all just creative. See, a little bit of sunshine hit that particular
Okay, let's
tree
fire in
there.
some
A
sunshine.
little bit of sunshine hit that particular in the dark. Oh, that's always nice. You see, let the sun hit certain
Needs
spots
to be
there.
more yellow.
Now you. Where's the? Come down here. Come down here.
What are you doing down there? It needs to be lighter.
See,
Guess
that's
this is
coming down
probably
from
going to be the
wherever it comes from,
river.
you don't know. It is disappearing and here, so. That is creative power. That is almighty creative power when you can do that. Look at that. Oh, is it ever nice? Is it ever nice? See, and then in the sunshine, then maybe here you have again a bit of a blue line there. Fire in like this, and I will make it like this. See?
See, here I'm having
See?
to
Can you
drop
see
these
how-
layers and then blend it.
Oh God, is ever nice. Isn't that ever nice? There's some sunshine popping up here and there and there and there, and hits there and hits there, and then the rest is in the deep dark, and then you just whisper. See here, you just whisper. Here,
Just whisper.
Here is where.
Okay, now we're doing a rock in the
there's a big
foreground.
stone.
Okay, hold on. Going too fast here.
And here you create your water again. Oh, lots of dark, lots of black. I use a big brush now, and blue, Persian blue, alizarin crimson, and I will have a lot of shadows. A lot of shadows there.
Okay, more shadows.
Shadows there.
It's probably been the easiest thing to paint so far is the big shadow areas.
See? Isn't that wonderful? Wonderful. Just dark, very dark.
Okay, I guess we're just filling all of that in.
See, I make it this dark. Without dark, there is no light. There's no light.
Does that sound
I
familiar?
got this dark. Then I will dance the sun in where I want. Tickle it right there.
Tickle
That's
it.
where the water comes out of the stones.
Okay.
And then in your own mind, you create the sunshine spot there. See, in order to make it sellable, now we will get this going here. Get that almighty stone. Kind of a mountain color I create here. And we will make it like this. See, a bit of a stone feeling on this side where the light comes from.
I have to say that before Corel Painter thick paint, you really couldn't get these nice
Now the next
broken
side.
paint effects.
The next step.
That's primarily what I'm using here
Cobble
for
all the
this.
paint you think. Maybe here would be nice if there's like a cliff coming down there. Blue yonder, depth, water. Here I will create a little bit of water plying against that stone.
Oh, I see. It's coming in front of the rocks
There.
over there.
There. How is it possible? Just that little bit of sunshine can be the best seller to your painting. See, whatever you do now, you step back and say, where can I put more sun? Where it would look
Where
good?
can I put more
Where
sun?
can I do this and this? See, and then now I come to the point where I just maybe shut on a bit of sunshine here. And if you want, now you can have
I don't have a way to scrape my paint like that. Let's see.
branches coming in, they're hanging down. See, isn't that wonderful how you can do that? There, here, maybe hanging down a couple more, here. And whatever we see, How nice you get the almighty painting together. Maybe here we give him a couple more water lines, and that is what it is. Now, I hope you enjoyed it. And this is just the way I would
Oh, I
express
did, Bill.
myself on a canvas like that, coming out of nothing into the sunshine, into the shadow, and the sunshine again, shadow. Did you enjoy that? It's a
Yes, I
wonderful
did.
teaching.
Thank you,
And
Bill.
thank you for watching me. Bye-bye.
No problem. All right, so obviously not as good as Bill Alexander's painting. I was struggling to find the brushes that he was using or find a digital version of that, so I really had to do that on the fly. Looks pretty sloppy, but I bet if I followed this a little bit more slowly and did a couple more tries, I could probably get it looking pretty good. So why don't I just wrap this up by adding a little bit more polish to this. And I'll just go ahead and switch so you can see all of my palettes here. Now, I'm using my mixer occasionally because this allows me to sample multiple colors. So for example, I could sample between this yellow and this green here, then I get a mix of the two colors, so that's how you can liven up the color of your paint. I'm also using looks for my brushes, so I can get different looks for the same brush. If I want a canvas look, or a broken paint look, or a more fractured look, I can get all those different results. So over here, what I'm doing is I am essentially just going to sample a few colors here, and put down a little bit of this to add some texture. These little rocks over here need a little bit of something to them. And then anytime when I want thick paint or firm paint on top of thinner paint, then I just add a new thick paint layer. And that will allow me to place paint on top as if the paint underneath is dry. Otherwise it'll just start to mix together and get kind of soupy. Let's have this be a tree that kind of comes down here to the water. We'll have this be some grass that kind of sticks up over here. Add a new thick paint layer, a little bit of darkness surrounding that. And then I'm going to make this color a bit lighter. Put in a few little highlights on that. Go ahead and darken some of these trees as well. This came out a bit too light. And then if I want to blend, I'll just drop all of my layers. That makes them no longer thick paint layers, but then I can blend. I can use diffuse blur. If I want kind of a softer blending, just use light pressure. Or if I want more of a streaky blend, I could use this coarse oily blender speckle. And that kind of pulls it like that. I could use that here on the cliffs as well, just to pull those down, help them look more streaky. I noticed there's a tree back here that didn't ever get finished. So I'll go ahead and just finish that out, so it's not just floating there randomly. I'll give some of the other trees some branches as well. And there's a few areas here and there where there's some gaps, so I'm going to make sure that I fill those in. I think I'll add another thick paint layer, and I'm going to add a little bit of brownish color in here to some of these cliffs. Maybe a little bit of that reddish color. Put in some of that sunshine color in a couple little places here. I'll just bring back in a few little details here in the water, since those got kind of blended out. Adds a little bit more movement back in. Then if I wanted to add in some shadows, I could just create a regular layer. I'll use my smooth palette knife. I'll set that layer to multiply. And I'll just put in some of that darker color there. Reduce the opacity a bit. Gives me a nice shadow effect under the rocks there. I'll go ahead and just drop all my layers again. I'm going to select that broken paint brush again, and then there was a little sunlight area up here that I wasn't paying attention to when he put it in. So we'll go ahead and just put that in there. Do some brighter colors on top of that on a new thick paint layer. Then I might do a new thick paint layer on top of that, and then just have the branches come up in front of that. And I think something like that doesn't look half bad. Now that I spent a little bit more time and wasn't rushed through it, I think the results I got were a little bit better. So there you go, I followed a Bill Alexander painting tutorial, and you can too. Check out Bill Alexander's YouTube channel. And if you'd like to learn more about digital painting, make sure to subscribe to my channel because I release several new videos each week for digital artists like you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.